there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we're talking love and marriage, Huntsville. I know why y'all here. Anything I say is alleged in my personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. So we need to talk about a scene last night that might have been the most delulu of them all. And that was Martell, you guys, blaming Tisha for Mel and him getting a divorce, saying that Tisha said something to Mel that triggered Mel enough to file for a divorce and all these things. And I'm thinking to myself, Martell, so it wouldn't have been the years of cheating and the countless times Mel took you back and you continued to cheat and she just got tired of it. It wouldn't be the fact that you had an out-of-pocket mistress who continued to be disrespectful, especially in regards to your ex-wife, and was acting foul, acting out of pocket, and everything else. It wouldn't be the fact that, you know, even though she kind of, you guys were already kind of done essentially, but the fact that she was getting pregnant multiple times, and then ultimately you had a baby on her. Like, it just, there were so many things that have taken place, and you never took, you know, the times that Mel left you seriously. You always felt that there was going to be a way that you and Mel were still going to present this image of, you know, a power couple, a beautiful family, all these things, and you could continue to do whatever you wanted to do on the side because that's what you saw your friends do, and that's what you saw your quote-unquote elders do. So you thought that Mel was going to be cut from the same cloth. I think Martell is, you know, he feels a certain type of way that he's the only person who lost his marriage and his family. He, you know, makes it a point to try to say how much worse Marceau is at cheating and everybody else and all this and that. But it's like, ultimately, even if it's true that, you know, Marceau and Maurice cheated on their wives, the fact of the matter is they chose to stay with their families. They chose not to get a divorce, right? You kept thinking that Mel was going to be like these other marriages and, you know, stick around. You thought that you were going to be like the Fletchers and all these other couples that were so-called quote-unquote mentoring you. And it was full of crap. It was absolutely full of crap. That was never, you know, going to be the case. Because at what point, you know, you can't dictate when somebody feels like they have enough. But the irony in you thinking that it has anything to do with Tisha is hilarious. I mean, after Tisha, I refuse to believe she keeps saying that her and Mel are cordial. But nonetheless, her facial expressions whenever Marceau mentions Mel, the way she completely turns into a mean girl anytime she's in any scenes with Kimmy or Destiny, who clearly are bothered by Mel, like, it's just giving that she's never going to see it for Mel. Perhaps if this TV show didn't happen, maybe there's a world where Tisha and Mel could still be friends, because I don't think Tisha would have been moving how she's moving if it wasn't for, you know, not only the influence of her mom, but it's definitely obvious to me that Marceau has definitely said things to Tisha behind the scenes in terms of like, hey, why can't you be more like Mel and X, Y, and Z, which is why she tries to cosplay as Mel and use Mel as, you know, inspiration and all these other things in terms of her looks and how she tries to post certain things on social media, how she has tried to mimic certain hairstyles and outfits and all these things that Mel has already done before. But I don't know, it's just too much that has gone down and that has been said specifically by, you know, the Scott's own family, especially the ones who, you know, aren't even on the show, and of course Tisha's mom, and especially with how Tisha's mom behaved on you know, the last live that she did, and essentially Tisha regurgitated everything her mom said on Mr. Mondays last week. Tells me that she not only encourages her mom to continue to go online and disrespect Mel and say disparaging things about her, but these are also Tisha's real thoughts as well.
And, you know, and it's just, and for me, it's like, I feel nothing that you guys now finally are upset with Martell, because you sat there and entertained all of his lies. You believed all of his lies, and he still was coming at you guys sideways. And as long as he didn't spill your secrets, you guys continue to forgive and forgive and forgive, right? But now all of a sudden, like I said, I just can't buy this newfound lease on life, this newfound moral compass, when Martell has been the exact same person. And you guys even admitted in last night's episode that he's been the same person for the last 6 years, but it was okay as long as Mel was the recipient of all of the negativity, of all the bashing, of all the gaslighting, of all of the humiliation and disrespect and all those things. And now that it comes your way, now all of a sudden you want to have a moral compass and denounce Martell, and, you know, think that you're doing your big one by finally being, you know, mad at Martell, that's going to really sway the audience. And it's like, we see through all of this. And then there's something else I wanted to say as well. There seems to be a lot of amnesia people have in regards to the earlier seasons. People really, you know, either they've completely forgot, or they choose to ignore on purpose, or they haven't watched it all. They forget how shady Kimmy and Tisha were as it pertained to Mel, how they loved to gaslight Mel as it pertained to Martell. They loved to throw in her face Martell's cheating and everything else. They were very nice, nasty to her face, but they never had the balls to really say what they wanted to truly say to Mel when Mel was in their presence. Perfect example is what's going to take place next episode, in which Tisha has all this smoke and all this stuff to say to Kimmy, and Kimmy as well, but they never say it to Mel's face. So I'm not going to be moved when Kimmy finally waits to the reunion to finally wake up and say something. No. I really could care less. Trisha, same goes for you. You had an opportunity face-to-face multiple times in last night's episode to say what you needed to say to Mel, and you chickened out. So please do not, people who want to be a confession gangster and say all they want to say behind the scenes in the confessionals and have zero smoke in the person's face, or you do nothing all season or for several seasons in the case of a lot of this cast, and then want to get buck at the reunion. No. I'm not going to take you seriously. You're just doing that to save your job. And I think, honestly, with Kimmy, I still believe it's a projection. She's pissed about the lawsuit that her husband's in. She's pissed that, his partying ways obviously came to a head. And it's obvious that she allows certain things to happen and doesn't want to be checked for it. But my thing is this. How dare you, try to uplift Martell and say how much of a good man he is and all this stuff. And you're entertaining this foolishness from Maurice. Make it make sense. Then also, Martell exposed Tisha. We didn't see this scene, but said that the reason that he went after Tisha's past was because Tisha said something about Mel that was disparaging first. So I'm tired of these scenes getting edited out and we have no context, but people either freely spill tea on these interviews, these Mr. Mondays with Carlos King, or these cast members reference it in another episode, and it's like, did I miss an episode? Did I miss something? So obviously production, obviously loves to, as long as Tisha is a bone collector, they will continue to protect her nonsense. And that is where I am over it, because it's like, it's clear as day Tisha is messy, and we see another scene she's messy, so why not show what she really said about Mel in that field day episode? And that is why Tisha lied at that sit down with Mel, because she knew that whatever she said about Mel was going to be edited out, as well as Marceau, as long as they continue to stir the pot, which is not okay. Like, keep it a buck on the things that you really said and show us the real on this reality show. because all of these bits and pieces where you're trying to protect certain cast members and then we don't have the proper context to fully react and give our opinion on things, and then we find out after the fact all of these other things were said and done and it wasn't on the episode, depending on who's Carlos faves that season, it is a cop-out. It's a cop-out, and it doesn't provide the true scope of everything. So there's that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.